So, as I have told you that this is going to be our very first lecture, we will just talk about the basic concepts of Python which we will be learning throughout the series. I'll tell you a few pointers which we are going to learn today itself completely, but a brief explanation of things will be provided you in the next upcoming videos as well. So let's discuss what are we going to study throughout the series and in this video as well. So first of all, let's talk about what we are going to cover in today's series. Let's go. So first of all, we'll discuss what is Python. Next, we'll talk about its history and philosophy. Then we'll talk about its key features, that why is Python so much special in among all the coding languages, because there are a lot of languages like C, CPP, Java, JavaScript, Rust, and many more, but still Python is way too prominent in tech industry. So what is the reason behind it? Then we'll talk about its application. We'll talk about the installation of Python. Python has a specific app also, but I'll tell you how to just download VS Code, which is one of the most famous compilers among students and techies. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the IDE. We'll navigate our workspace, that where we are going to code and execute it as well. Then we will do our first program in the coding journey. Then we'll talk about comments, which is very important, and the way you add comments to your code, the code set, that proves how professional and how experienced you are being in your coding journey. Next, we'll talk about variables. Then we'll talk about different data types that is used in Python language. Then we'll talk about input and conversion. How do you take input and how can you do type conversions? Okay, this is a very important concept because you will use it throughout your Python journey, and you will get this in different languages as well. Then we'll practice a few questions, not a few, a lot of questions, so that you can get an idea of how to code, and you develop a habit of practicing it on your own, just not by writing it on a pen and paper, but also doing it in a compiler. Okay, so let's talk about what is Python first of all. So what is Python? A high level general purpose programming language. So what is a high level language? A high level language is basically a language which cannot understood by a computer. You are reading this from your very first standard, that computers only understand binary code language, right? Which is 0 and 1. So whatever languages are apart from binary code language is a high level language. Binary code language is a low level language, right? So Python is a high level language, which is because it is not at all like a binary code language, and it is more like English. That is why it is very easy to adapt and learn. It was created by Guido von Rossum in the year 1991, right? And why is this famous? Because of its reading and writing style. Got it? Let's talk about what kind of what kind of an language it is. So it is open course and completely free to use. It is completely offers open source, and you don't need to pay for it. You can work on it freely. Then comes one of the most in demand language in the world today. Because it is easy to learn and can be used for big projects also, it is way too much in demand throughout the world. And it can be used by beginners and tech giants. Easy to learn है, इसीलिए beginners भी इसे use कर सकते हैं, and it is used in very big projects also. So that is why it's tech giants language also. Moving to the next, we'll talk about its history and philosophy. Behind any language or any subject you read, there is a philosophy on which it is made and it is launched, right? So Python was created in late 80s. Late 80s मतलब 75 के बाद वाली चीज़ें, that is late 80s, and released publicly in 1991. Got it? It its design has always prioritized readability and simplicity over cleverer tricks, which I told you. It is famous because of its reading and writing style. जब आप जावा पढ़ोगे, जब आप सीपीपी पढ़ोगे, then you will see what kind complexity it holds, and that is the only philosophy behind Python, that it promotes simplicity, right? In 1991, first time the Python was launched, 1.0 version of it. Then in 2000, it was updated, and the list comprehensions were added. List is a very important factor, or you can say part of Python, which I'll tell you in the upcoming series. It is way too prominent throughout your coding journey, right? In 2008, Python 3.0 was released, and it gave the clearer design to Python, means the structure of it was completely planned and then implemented. Today, maintained by Python Software Foundation. Okay, so from this, you might be asked in your Viva that why is Python this important? So just keep this in mind. The Zen of Python. There is a set of principle on which Python runs, that is favoring clarity, simplicity, and readability in code design. Got it? Moving to the next. What are the key features of Python? That it is simple and readable. It can be interpreted. Compile मतलब सारे lines को एक साथ compile करना. Interpreted line by line. So this follows interpretation. It is dynamically typed. No need to declare types front. हमें हर बार डेटा टाइप डिक्लेयर करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. इट अंडरस्टैंड्स ऑन इट्स ओन. देन वी कम टू क्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म. रन ऑन विंडोज, मैक, ओएस एंड लिनक्स. कुछ लोग मैक यूज़ करते हो कि लिनक्स इज एन ओपन सोर्स ओएस. उस पर मतलब पाइथन कैन रन इन एवरी एंड एनी OS, यानी कि operating system. Then we'll talk about huge ecosystem. It has got a massive library and framework support. When you will come to make a big project, so you work in a domain such as AI and ML, you have to use pandas, NumPy, TensorFlow, these kind of things. These kinds of libraries are present in Python. Then we talk about open source. Because it is open source, I told you it is completely free to use because it is community driven. Right? Why to learn Python? This is the very important question. Whatever we learn and whatever we understand, we need to know why are we doing that. क्यों ज़रूरत है उस चीज़ को पढ़ने की या जानने की. So why to learn Python is the first question which comes in our head. So Python consistently ranks among the top language employers look for, and it's often the first language taught in CS program. So basically, it is used in any and every domain of CSE, which is computer science. CS. So if you are from any of the field and you want to become a techie, Python is a key to it, right? Because it is curved for absolute beginners. It's easy to learn. Second is, it is a language which is important for AI, machine learning, data science, data analytics, and these are the demands of the day, right? Backbone of many web backends and automation scripts. For automation scripts, Python is very important. Without Python, automation scripts will not be able to process only. Python is the only option for it. Then comes strong job market across startups and large enterprises. Then comes large welcoming community and documentation, right? Where is Python used? AI and machine learning, as I told you, it uses vast libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn. Then in data science, pandas, NumPy, visualizations. Then web development, Danjo, Flask, Fast API. Then in automation and scripting, task automation, DevOps tooling. Game development, Pygame, and prototyping. Prototyping is a very huge concept which you will be learning in a different subject of CS, which is known as software engineering. So that is that is the subject in which you will learn the structure of how prototyping works, and it is one of the key components theory part of CS, right? Scientific computing involves research, simulations, and academia. Moving to the next, companies build on Python. Without Python, any company these days feel incomplete, right? So leading companies, leading organizations use Python for the better version of itself. Like Google, it has got the core infrastructure and internal tools of it. Instagram backend originally built on Danjo. Netflix, data pipelines and recommendation systems. Spotify, backend services and data analysis. NASA, scientific computing and research. Dropbox, desktop client and backend services. How to install Python? If you have to work on Python, you have to definitely install it. So for direct use, you can install python.org simply, but I will suggest you the different way of it. Get a compiler which is VS Code. Go on VS Code website, which is code.visualstudio.com. Go there, download it for the operating system you are having, select it and download. Then install it and launch it on your system. Then go to the corner spaces of it, the very corner left hand side. On that fourth option or fifth option is the extension option. Go to it, add Python extension which is of Microsoft with a green tick. Download it and start working on it. The way you create normal folders in your system, create a normal folder, name it as Python learning or whatever you want, and just open that folder from the very corner. You'll get the option of opening that folder in your VS Code. And that will help you to make changes to your folder through VS Code. Whatever changes you make on VS Code, that will be automatically done to that folder on hold, right? Moving to verifying your setup, right? You can check what Python version you are using by running this in your terminal or task manager, whatever you are having in your system. Then next comes to this will give you the code version of it, what kind of a code version you are running. Moving to the next, getting to know VS Code. Oh my god, that is a long procedure. The more you use VS Code, the more you will learn about it. It is a lifetime process, I must say, because I'm using VS Code from last 3 years and I'm still exploring it. So let me tell you about the basics of it. I told you how to create a folder, how to create a file. Below the folder, you will get an option, beside it, you will just get an option of plus and a file symbol. There you have to write day1 main.py. .py tells you that this is a Python extension, and in this particular file you have to use the Python extension. This will make your code run in Python extension, and then only you'll get the output. Else no output will come even after the code is right. You get it? So basically, what is an editor pane? Let me tell you. Where you write the code means this part of the system, VS Code. Then terminal. Terminal is a part where you, if you are processing it with the help of user input, you can get the output there itself. Like here. Got it? Then comes Explorer part, where you browse and manage your project file. This is the Explorer part, where you get to see your folder, then file and all that other things, right? Then comes extensions. You can add different languages and tooling support over there. By now I'm letting you just add Python, but with time when you learn HTML, you'll download Live Server. If you learn C, you will download C from Microsoft and other things as well with a span of time. Then we come to running a Python file. Whatever code you want to write, you just write, and there on the top right corner there is this run button. Just run it. Okay, else you have other procedures as well, but I will just tell you to just go there and run with the help of this symbol. Okay, moving to the next, your first print statement. Before this, I want to clear you. First, in the first half of the session, I'll tell you about all the theory stuff, and in the second half of the session, we'll code it on VS Code. I will tell you how to create folder, how to add file to it. So be patient, note all the things which you want to, and be ready with your pen and paper and the code you want to write in VS Code. I will do that code for you first. So after each of the question, just pause it, you do it on your own, and then see if your output is coming or not. Just don't rely on seeing the video. Pause it, do it on your own, then restart the video. Got it? Okay, so first print statement. First of all, what is this print? This is a pre-built function which helps us to print any value inside the bracket. Alright, so if you write print hello world, whatever comes in this double quotes, that will be printed. Instead of hello world, if I write Shagun there, Shagun will be printed. Whatever XYZ we add over there, that will be printed. Okay. Then we come to numbers. For printing the numbers, you don't need to add quotes to it. You can directly print it. Print in bracket the particular number and you will print it. Next comes to print in more detail. Let's talk about it. Print has optional parameters that control exactly how output is formed, right? If you want to add 2-3 elements inside the print, you just put inverted commas and a comma in between, and you keep on writing whatever you want to print. But by default, comma comes as a separator. But maybe I want a dash there. Then what we will do? We will just use sep that controls what is being placed among the elements in the mid of it. So just at the end, add a comma, separator equals to inverted commas and a whatever symbol you want, a dash, a slash, a dot, or whatsoever it is, just add it. Simple. Okay, end controls what printed after the line. By default, whenever we add print, a backslash n is used, and backslash n means next line. This is a by default. You don't need to even write it. But what if I want something else? Then we can do print loading. अगर हमें print loading print करनी है और उसके बाद we want 3 dots and then we want print done. So what we have to do, print loading comma and then 3 dots and then done will be printed. So let's see its output. So formatting output. So this we have done, this we have done, and here I come. So this one. So this will be the output. अगर हमें ए बी सी को ऐसे प्रिंट कराना है और बीच में डैश चाहिए तो ये आउटपुट आएगा. विल प्रिंट दिस एंड सी इन अवर VS कोड एज वेल. फिर हमें अगर ये प्रिंट करना है एज अ डेट तो सेपरेटर स्लैश लगेगा. सी अभी देखो प्रिंट लोडिंग एंड हमें ट्रिपल डॉट करने के बाद वी वांट डन. See, this will be the output. So this is how it process. Not every time you're gonna code and see what the exact output is, but you should process it in your mind that what output can come here and how to form the code. Next comes to single line comments, right? What is a single line comment? Single line comment. First of all, what is a comment? Comment is anything we put on the context provided, right? So comments are notes in your code that Python ignores while running, and this is a factor. What is it? And Python ignores it because it is not important to run. It is just for our information that what is that context about. They explain what the code does for humans writing it. It starts with a hash symbol. सिंगल लाइन कॉमेंट, एक लाइन का जब भी कॉमेंट होगा वो हैश से स्टार्ट होगा. एवरीथिंग आफ्टर हैश ऑन दैट लाइन इज इग्नोर्ड, राइट? कैन सिट ऑन देयर ओन लाइन एट द एंड ऑफ द लाइन ऑफ कोड. उसकी क्लोजिंग के लिए हमें कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. यूज टू एक्सप्लेन ट्रिकी लॉजिक और लीव रिमाइंडर्स, राइट? ओके, सो वी आर डन विद सिंगल लाइन कॉमेंट्स. मूविंग टू मल्टी लाइन कॉमेंट्स. What is a multi-line comment? Simple, in which type of a comment which has got multiple lines in it. So for that we'll use triple quotes and write whatever lines and whatever comments we need to add for that particular set of code. For longer explanation like file headers or doc strings, use triple quotes to span multiple lines wrapped in triple quotes. often used to describe what a file or a function does. Not technically a comment, it is an unsigned string, but it works the same way in practice. Okay. Moving to the next, a well commented program. As I told you in the very beginning of the session, that it depends on how you write your particular code and then add comments to it, and that's how that's that type of codes makes you understand how professional you are in your coding style. So that it is all about. Next, come to variables. What is a variable? As in maths, variable is considered as a container in which you add different values every time. Okay? Similar to that, a variable is a named container that stores a value in memory, so you can use and update it later. Created the moment you assign a value with equal to, and then no separate declaration is required for it. Just give it a variable name like name equals to inward commas Shagun, and there where it is declared. No separate declaration is required. It can be reassigned to a new value at any time, as it is a value which can be updated and reassigned every time, so you can just use it for reassignment. Should have clear and descriptive names. Don't name your variable as XYZ, which has got no meaning. If you are adding some student's name over there, keep the variable name as student underscore name. If you are adding permanent underscore address, then if you want to add temporary address, temporary underscore address. This is how you add variable name to things, right? Then a well commented program, if I talk about, we have talked about it. Then will come variable naming rules. There are few rules by which you name your variable. It is completely case sensitive. Wherever you use small letters and capital letters, it makes the meaning of the word completely different in your Python set. If you write age this way and another time age this way, this two has got completely different meanings. Either it will start with a letter or an underscore, never with a digit or a number. Then we come to no spaces or symbols. You cannot have space and special symbols there other than underscore, right? Then come to descriptive names, which makes sense. Add names to the variable which can make clear sense to what you are putting over there as a when you are using it as a container. No reserved words can be used over here. Just a print, input. These are the reserved words of Python, so you cannot use it as variable. Reassignable, a value can change at any point of time because it is a variable. This is a very basic understanding of the concepts of variables, right? Moving to the next question, let's put and see how variables process. So assigning, printing and reassigning variable of different types. Just say name equals to Shagun, age equals to 20, GPA equals to 8.7, is enrolled equals to true. So basically, name here is a variable, age here is a variable, GPA equals to a variable. Every variable is of different type. Chalo, now I'll show you how can you reassign a variable different value. जैसे age यहाँ पे 20 ले रखी है आपने, and you want to reassign the value of age, so you can easily print age equals to 21, print statement डाला new age and you will get the value. As simple as that. Let's talk about data types in Python now. What is a data type? You have a lot of data types among what kind of a data you are entering. Maybe a number, maybe a decimal number, maybe a word, maybe some true or false kind of a thing, maybe a group of things, maybe a group of things which is non-changeable, maybe key value pairs, and maybe a set in which you cannot repeat any particular value. So how it's processed, let's see. Basically, int is a data type in which integers are used. Any kind of integer, maybe negative, maybe positive, anything. In float, you add decimal kind of numbers, 8.5, 8.6, 6.7, 6.8, whatsoever. Then we talk about strings. In strings, you add text in strings, matlab words, sentences, whatsoever you use. Between this, inverted quotes, right? In Boolean, true or false value. When you have 0 and 1 as your output, you get true or false value. Then we talk about list. What is a list? Ordered changeable kind of data. Ordered kind of a data focuses on a concept of indexing. इंडेक्स जैसे हम कॉपी में बनाते हैं ना, कि पहले पन्ने पे ये है, एस एन नंबर डाल के 0 1 2, सेम वे यहाँ पे भी इंडेक्सिंग होती है. जो पहली चीज़ होती है उसका इंडेक्स होता है 0, फिर 1, फिर 2, राइट. सो इसमें जो इंडेक्स वैल्यू है वो कभी चेंज नहीं हो सकती, मतलब नंबर इंटरचेंज नहीं हो सकते. वैल्यूज़ इंटरचेंज हो सकती है, इंटरचेंज नहीं हो सकती कभी भी. वैल्यूज़ ऐड हो सकते हैं, मतलब वैल्यूज़ चेंज हो सकते हैं टाइम के साथ, ठीक है, बट एस एल नंबर चेंज नहीं होगा, इंडेक्सिंग वैल्यू चेंज नहीं होगी. टपल में ऑर्डर्ड होता है, सेम इंडेक्सिंग फॉलो होगी, बट जो एलिमेंट्स है अंदर वो कभी चेंज नहीं हो पाएंगे. डिक्शनरी की वैल्यू पेयर्स प्रोवाइड करती है. की वैल्यू पेयर्स का मतलब ये है कि उसमें एक की होगी जो हर दूसरे बंदे के लिए डिफरेंट होगी. फर्स्ट पर्सन की 1 है, सेकेंड पर्सन की 3 हो सकती है, उसके नेक्स्ट वाली की 5 हो सकती है. दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क. सेट में क्या होता है, हर वैल्यू यूनिक होती है और अनऑर्डर्ड हो सकती है. मतलब इसमें इंडेक्सिंग का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, इंटरचेंज अलाउड है, बट कोई भी चीज़ रिपीट नहीं होनी चाहिए. अगर हम फ्रूट्स के नाम लिख रहे हैं तो एप्पल 2 बारी नहीं लिख सकते. अगर हम एनिमल्स के नाम लिख रहे हैं तो हम लायन 2 बारी नहीं लिख सकते. दिस इज हाउ इट प्रोसेस. Let's talk about int and float. The way I told you that int is all about whole number, either be a positive or negative, no decimal point. But if we talk about float, number with decimal point for measurement or a precise value, that gives you a precise value, maybe 8.99997. This is a precise value. Okay. And one more important thing, Python detects which type you are using automatically. This tells you the about the implicit टाइप कन्वर्जन प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ पाइथन. लेट्स सी इट ओवर हेयर. जैसे एज हमने 20 ऐड करी, प्राइस हमने 49.99 ऐड करी. बोथ ऑफ देम आर न्यूमेरिक डेटा टाइप. तो अगर हम इसको ऐड करते हैं तो बाय डिफॉल्ट टोटल विल टेक इट एज अ फ्लोट, राइट. तो पाइथन हैज 2 मेन डेटा न्यूमेरिक टाइप्स, आई टोल्ड यू. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट, स्ट्रिंग्स एंड बूलियंस. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट, strings hold text, right, and booleans hold only one of the exactly two, that is true or false. Strings are wrapped in single or double quotes. Strings can be joined with the help of plus, concatenate कर सकते हैं. booleans commonly the result of comparison. जहाँ भी हमें comparison करना होता है, yes, no, true, false, तब हम यूज़ करते हैं booleans. Both of them are the core concepts of logic, right. Moving to the next, we'll talk about list, tuple, dictionary and set. 4 of them are the very important concepts of Python, but we will just understand the very basic level of it so that we understand what is it. So basically, what is collection? Collection let a single variable hold multiple values. एक single variable के अंदर multiple values. एक single container के अंदर बहुत सारे elements, बहुत सारी चीज़ें, ठीक है. लिस्ट बेसिकली ऑर्डर्ड है, चेंजेबल है, स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स यूज़ होता है. ऑर्डर्ड एंड अनचेंजेबल मैंने आपको समझा दिया है. टपल ऑर्डर है लेकिन चेंज नहीं हो सकता. नॉर्मल आपके राउंड ब्रैकेट्स यूज़ होंगे. डिक्शनरी की वैल्यू पेयर्स है. इसमें एक की होगी जो हर अलग बंदे के लिए चेंज होती जाएगी, उसकी वैल्यू चेंज होती रहेगी. सेट अनऑर्डर्ड है, यूनिक है और इसको कर्ली ब्रेसेस के साथ लिखते हैं. फॉर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, लुक हियर, दिस इज़ योर लिस्ट, this is your tuple, this is your dictionary, this is your set, right. Moving to the next. So we are done with checking data types. In the upcoming slide we will talk about how to take input. It's not like that in every time you are going to tell that what is the particular input. If you are trying to design something, a kind of a software or a kind of a website, you will definitely add something that you will get from the user, right. So there comes the concept of input. So what is input? Input is a kind of function which helps you to take data from the user, right. Input pauses the program and waits for the user to type something and then it returns the value. Next point, always return a string even if user types a number. So here I told you about in the previous slide also that whenever you take an input, you have to add the data type over here. If you are not taking a string value, to avoid any kind of a confusion in your output, Store the result in variable to use it later. You can also store it in a different variable so that you can use it in different forms. Moving to the next, what does input do? It considers every number as an input. So if you add 5 plus 3, it considers both of them as a string and it writes it in the way 53. Got it? Moving to the next slide, building an interactive program. Interactive program, this term suggests you that a level of input you add in your code that personalizes the output. And there comes the concept of interactive program. It is how much you interact with the user, right? So using input to collect information from the user and personalize the output, then the concept of interactive program comes. क्योंकि आप जो इनपुट दोगे वो हर बार डिफरेंट आउटपुट रिटर्न करेगा क्योंकि वो डिफरेंट यूजर का होगा, राइट? फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैंने नेम इनपुट कराया, अगर मैंने एज इनपुट कराया, सो फॉर मी इट इज डिफरेंट, फॉर यू इट विल बी डिफरेंट डेफिनेटली. सो दिस इज द कंसेप्ट. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट, टाइप कन्वर्जन. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैंने इंटीजर टाइप का डेटा लिया है और मुझे फ्लोट में उसे कन्वर्ट करना है, तब हमें यूज़ करना है टाइप कन्वर्जन. ऐसे कन्वर्जन्स दो टाइप के होते हैं. फर्स्ट इज इम्प्लिसिट वन विच इज़ डन बाय पाइथन ऑटोमेटिकली. हमें हर बार ये लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है कि अगर हम 9 नंबर ले रहे हैं तो वो इंट है, ये पाइथन खुद समझ जाता है. बट देयर समटाइम्स द कंसेप्ट चेंजेस, जो जब भी हमें एक्सप्लिसिट कन्वर्जन करना पड़ता है, जब पाइथन नहीं समझ पाता है. जैसे वो 53 वाला कॉन्सेप्ट, देयर वी आर नॉट टेकिंग 53 एज अ स्ट्रिंग बट वी आर टेकिंग इट एज अ नंबर. सो rather than 8, it is returning 53. So in that condition we need to use explicit conversions, right? So type conversions में हम int यूज़ करते हैं, जो भी हमारे नॉर्मल डेटा टाइप्स है. फ्लोट यूज़ करते हैं, str यूज़ करते हैं और बूलियन यूज़ करते हैं. नेक्स्ट कम्स, अभी हम कैलकुलेटर बनाएंगे. अभी व्हेन वी विल स्टार्ट कोडिंग, वी विल मेक अ कैलकुलेटर. इसमें तो हमने बस एडिशन करके दिखाया है. वी आर जस्ट एडिंग 2 numbers over here, but in that we'll divide also, subtract also, multiply and divide. That's it. What kind of a programs we are going to do? First is the greeting program, then comes the simple calculator, then age in months. एज को हम पहले ईयर्स में लेंगे, उसके बाद हम मंथ्स में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. तो रादर देन मल्टीप्लाइंग इट बाय 12 एवरी टाइम, we'll generate a variable and we'll just run it for every age which is in years. Simple. Then we will make a profile card, then a temperature note and then a type detective. So without any further delay, let's go to VS Code and code. चलो, आई विल टेल यू फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगनिंग हाउ टू स्टार्ट कोड. जैसे हमने ये VS कोड का टर्मिनल खोल लिया, अब हमें फोल्डर कैसे ओपन करना है. ओपन फोल्डर में गए, उसके बाद हम डॉक्यूमेंट्स में जाएंगे एंड देन विल गो टू पाइथन लर्निंग एंड देन वी विल ओपन इट. ओके, इसमें हमने लेक्चर 1 बना रखा है. स्टिल आई विल डिलीट एंड क्रिएट अ न्यू वन फॉर यू इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. lecture1.py for the extension. lecture1.py. अब हम लिखेंगे अपना पहला कोड प्रिंट यूज करके. लेट्स सी, प्रिंट ब्रैकेट हेलो वर्ल्ड, आवर फर्स्ट कोड, एंड लेट्स रन दिस. सी, हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रिंट हो चुका है. नाउ विल कम टू द क्वेश्चन, जहाँ पर हमें पहले हम इसे कमेंट, मैं आपको कमेंट करना सिखाती हूँ. ये सिंगल लाइन कोड है तो इसको सिंगल लाइन कमेंट से कमेंट करेंगे. हैशटैग लगाया और ये हमारा कमेंट आउट हो चुका है. इसको रन करके देखते हैं क्योंकि एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा. सी, इट्स नॉट बीइंग एग्जीक्यूटेड. नाउ लेट्स कम, हमें क्या करना है, हमें एक प्रिंट लेना है, इनपुट लेना है हमें बेसिकली अपने यूज़र से, एंड देन हमें उसे ग्रीटिंग्स देनी है. तो बेसिकली हम नेम नाम का एक वेरिएबल बनाएंगे. नेम इनपुट लेंगे. नेम इज़ अ स्ट्रिंग वैल्यू, तो हमें str लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है बिकॉज दैट इज़ अ बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट वैल्यू. enter your name, and then print by default should be namaste, and then name. Let's run it. अभी हम अपना नाम एंटर करेंगे. मैं शगुन एंटर करती हूँ. See, I'm getting namaste Shagun over here. Right? Moving to the next question. We had the question जहाँ पे हमें, जैसे ये दो मल्टी लाइन कमेंट है क्योंकि ये 2 लाइन्स में. अब आई विल टेल यू हाउ टू डू मल्टी लाइन कॉमेंट आउट. ट्रिपल कोट्स लगा कर करेंगे. लेट्स डू ट्रिपल कोट्स एंड ट्रिपल कोट्स. इट्स कॉमेंटेड आउट. अब लेट्स सी कि हमें एक कैलकुलेटर बनाना है, और कैलकुलेटर में हम पहले 2 नंबर इनपुट लेंगे और हम चारों ऑपरेशंस का यूज़ करेंगे. एडिशन, सब्सट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन एंड डिविजन. पहले हम इनपुट लेंगे. पहले हम मान लो num1 लेते हैं. ठीक है, इंट लेते हैं क्योंकि str हो जाएगा वरना बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट. इनपुट, enter your name, enter your number, enter your first number instead. Enter your first number, and then you have to come to number 2. Then you have to put int input, enter your second number. Okay, सिंपली कम बिलो इट. अब हमारे पास नंबर 1 है, नंबर 2 है. अब हम डायरेक्ट प्रिंट के साथ चीज़ों को करेंगे. लेट्स सी. प्रिंट कराया, हमने लिख दिया सम. ठीक है, कॉमा देख के हमने लिख दिया num1 प्लस num2. ठीक है, उसके बाद हमने एज इट इज़ अ केस सेंसिटिव, और मैंने नम वहाँ पर इनपुट के टाइम पे स्मॉल में लिया था फिर कैपिटल में लिया, इसीलिए मुझे एरर आया. अब मैंने स्मॉल में कर दिया. इट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट. फिर हमने प्रिंट लिखा, हमने सब्ट्रैक्ट लिखा. ओके, देन वी केम हियर एंड देन वी रोट num1 minus num2. Correct? Then we came to the next line and then we put print multiplication num1 multiplied by num1 multiplied by num2, and then in the last line we will perform division, that is print division and num1 divided by num2. Simple. Now let's see if it's working or not. First clear the terminal. To clear this part, this whole part, you should just do delete. Simple. Now we'll run it. तो हमें आ रहा है इंटर फर्स्ट नंबर. तो फर्स्ट नंबर हम 10 ले लेते हैं एंड सेकेंड नंबर हम 5 ले लेते हैं. अब हम इसको ऐड कर देते हैं. तो देखो, सम आ रहा है 15, सब्सट्रैक्ट करने पे आ रहा है 5, मल्टीप्लाई करने पे 50 एंड डिवीजन पे 2.0. राइट. नेक्स्ट कम्स टू yeah. So we are done with the calculator part. Next comes the question. Keep a pen and copy in your hand to be clear about what you have to write and what you have to perform on VS Code. Next, come to the points. The question is, you have to take age as an input, right? And that should be in years. And after that, that age needs to be converted into months. Very simple. Let me tell you. First, let's either comment it or just remove it for simple. Now take age. You cannot use space or any other symbols like dot or hashtag in taking variables. You can just use underscore. So age underscore in years, better to avoid confusion, right? Then input, then int, then input, and then enter your age, right? Then comes to age in months. What's the age comes in years just needs to be multiplied by 12. So age in years multiplied by 12, right? Then print age in months. You get it? Right? So let's print and see. We just run the code. अब एंटर योर एज आ रहा है हमें, तो फॉर एन इंस्टेंस मेरी एज है 20, तो 240 आएगी इन मंथ्स. सिंपल. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो द concept is very simple in these questions. You just need to keep a few things in mind to build your core concepts of the language. Next question is you have to make a profile card. So what is a profile card? First of all, so profile card basically is just like an introduction of you. In that you include your name, your age, your address, your qualification, and something which is personally related to you. Okay, so let's create a profile card. Profile card. So first हम name का input लेंगे. Enter your name. उसके बाद हम लेंगे age. age का input लेंगे और इसके बाद we'll take qualification as the input. Either write degree to keep it short, input, and enter your degree. Do always keep a habit of typing, because you should never as a CSE student keep a habit of copy and paste or just writing in notebook. I just told you to write in notebook because in any of your college examination you will once have to write the code throughout an academic year. So just for the sake of college, you should have a habit of writing it on notebook. Else, just keep a practice of typing. Simple. Okay, let's run and see. So it's coming. Enter your name. Okay. Shagun. Enter your age 20 and my degree is BTech. So here it comes. क्योंकि हमने सिर्फ input लिया है. अब हम print करेंगे. Print profile card and name, age, degree, right? Let's print it. So write your name again, age again, degree, BA for an example. So here it comes, profile card, this. After profile card, you should add this instead to keep it a bit separated. So this is your profile card thing, right? Let's come on to the next question. In that, I'll tell you how to find the type of data you are putting in a question. Let's take an example. जैसे you are taking an input, ठीक है? तुम लिख रहे हो a equals to a equals to 6, b equals to 8.9. ठीक है. ओके चलो देखो, अब मैंने हर टाइप का डेटा यहाँ पे ले लिया है. डेटा टाइप जैसे a इक्वल्स टू 6 लिया है विच इज़ इंट, b इक्वल्स टू मैंने 8.9 लिया है विच इज़ फ्लोट, c इक्वल्स टू शगुन लिया है विच इज़ str स्ट्रिंग टाइप, एंड d इक्वल्स टू ट्रू लिया है विच इज़ बूलियन. ओके अब चलो, अब मैंने प्रिंट कर लिया है हर का डेटा टाइप. अब हम प्रिंट करा के देखते हैं हमें मिल रहा है या नहीं आउटपुट. सी क्लास इक्वल्स टू इंट फॉर 6, देन फॉर फ्लोट 8.9 इज देयर, शगुन के लिए str आ रहा है, एंड ट्रू के लिए हमारा बूलियन वैल्यू आ रहा है. अब ट्रू को एक बारी फॉल्स करके देखते हैं. यहाँ पे भी हमारे पास बूलियन वैल्यू आ रहा है. स्टूडेंट्स कीप दिस इन माइंड कि सबसे ज़्यादा बूलियन डेटा टाइप फाइंड करने के टाइम हमसे ये मिस्टेक होती है कि हम फॉल्स का इधर f स्मॉल लिख देते हैं. सी अभी देखो इसमें एरर आएगा, वरना हम ट्रू का t स्मॉल लिख देते हैं. बाकी चीज़ें स्मॉल में होती है और बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट भी वो स्मॉल में होती है, तो हमारा ध्यान नहीं जाता है. बट फॉर द फर्स्ट लेटर ट्रू का t एंड फॉल्स का f, दैट शुड बी इन कैपिटल लेटर. ओके, next move to the second next question. We will just do another type of question. In that, first of all, let me tell you about two types of data conversion. Data type conversion क्या होता है? Data type conversion ये होता है जिसमें जैसे हम int को float में कर लें, float को int में कर लें, या int को str में कर लें, right? That is conversion of data. That is type conversion basically. So that is of basically two types, and first is implicit and the second is explicit. Implicit वो होता है जिसको Python automatically अपने हिसाब से change कर लेता है, and explicit वो होता है जिसमें हम अलग से changes करते हैं. We mention it in our code. तो first हम implicit करके देखते हैं. Implicit type conversion. जैसे हमारे पास a वैल्यू है जिसमें हम 6 लेते हैं, ठीक है, और b वैल्यू है हम उसमें 9.6 लेते हैं, ठीक है. हमें सम करना है, सम हमने करना है a प्लस b का और प्रिंट कराना है. अब आप खुद देखो डेटा टाइप क्या होगा. प्रिंट कराया सम, फिर हमने प्रिंट कराया टाइप. सी हमारे पास ऑटोमेटिकली हमारा प्रिंट जो है वो फ्लोट में कन्वर्ट हो गया क्योंकि बी फ्लोट में था. तो इसमें हमें बताना नहीं पड़ा कि हमें सम को फ्लोट में करना है, वो ऑटोमेटिकली हो गया बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट बाय पाइथन. उसके बाद हमें एक्सप्लिसिट का देखते हैं. एक्सप्लिसिट में हमें टाइप कन्वर्जन क्यों करना पड़ता है, सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन ये है. वो खुद ब खुद क्यों नहीं हो जाता, राइट? बेसिकली कुछ केसेस में, स्पेशली इन द केसेस ऑफ लिस्ट, टपल, सेट, हमें चीज़ें मेंशन करनी पड़ती हैं, राइट? चलो नाउ आई विल टेल यू कि एक्सप्लिसिट टाइप कन्वर्जन क्यों इम्पॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, चलो यहाँ पे मैंने a को 25 डिक्लेयर कर दिया है. ईयर्स हमें हर बारी ऐड करना है, वो 5 है. गॉट इट. नाउ आई प्रिंट एज प्लस ईयर्स टू ऐड. अब मैं इसको रन कराती हूँ. इसको रन कराने पे एरर आ रहा है बिकॉज एज इज टेकिंग इट एज अ str वैल्यू, और बिना अगर उसके करती हूँ इसके, तब देखते हैं क्या होता है. लेट्स सी. तो 30 प्रिंट हो रहा है. सो हियर इफ यू डोंट डू टाइप कन्वर्जन, it will consider it as a int, but अब देखते हैं 30.7। अब इसको फ्लोट में कन्वर्ट कर दिया, लेकिन अगर तुम्हें इंट में ही वैल्यू रखनी है फॉर एन इंस्टेंस, तो तुम्हें क्या करना होगा, प्रिंट के बाद तुम्हें इंट लिखना होगा. जस्ट अ मोमेंट, जस्ट कीप सी एज अ वेरिएबल जिसमें तुम इस वैल्यू को स्टोर करो, उसके बाद तुम प्रिंट करो सी को टू अवॉइड एरर्स. हियर यू गो, print C, just clear the terminal before running and just run it. Here you get 30, the whole of value, right? So this is how you are meant to do coding questions. Keep on trying other ways कि आपका कहाँ पे कैसा output आ रहा है, because this will make you understand the fact that how one output can be taken out by several level of inputs, right? Moving on to the next question, let's find the area of rectangle. Okay, in area of rectangle we just require two things. First is length and the other one is breadth. तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम ले लेते हैं L equals to int input and then enter length, right? उसके बाद b हम ले लेते हैं int equals to input enter breadth, right? Now you have to print, you can print area first, उसके बाद perimeter करते हैं. Area length multiplied by breadth. Let's see the output. Length put करते हैं 25, breadth put करते हैं 20. Here is the answer 500, correct. अब हम perimeter निकालते हैं. Perimeter equals to perimeter, that is 2 multiplied by in bracket L plus B. You put the length as 30, you put the breadth as 20. Here you get the area and then the perimeter, right? So this is how you start writing small codes to understand the basic concepts, and this also helps to make your typing better. बहुत लोग होते हैं जो जब CSE की जर्नी स्टार्ट करते हैं then they start typing. जब तक हम स्कूल में होते हैं बहुतों के पास like now the time has changed, everyone has laptop from +2 only, but back then या अभी भी कुछ लोग हैं जो नहीं करते हैं. So speeden up your typing skills and type correct. Don't, even if you type a letter wrong over here, you will definitely get errors. So learn to type, make mistakes, correct it and just keep improving. That's my point. So let's move to the another question. Now we will take the volume of circle, basically the volume of sphere, because circle का कोई volume नहीं होता है. हम वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फेयर निकालेंगे. वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फेयर का फॉर्मूला कितने लोगों को पता है? ड्रॉप इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. बाय नाउ आई टेल यू 4/3 पाई आर क्यूब होता है. आई फील, लेट मी चेक इट इन माई नोटबुक. इट्स 4/3 पाई आर क्यूब ओनली. सो लेट्स टेक द इनपुट ऑफ आर बिकॉज इट्स द ओनली वेरिएबल हियर, राइट? आर इक्वल्स टू input enter radii, then I have to write volume of you cannot add spaces, volume of sphere, then 4/3 pi ले लिखा हमने, multiplied pi multiplied by ओके, आर मल्टीप्लाइड बाई आर मल्टीप्लाइड बाई आर. यहाँ पर हमने पाई को डिक्लेयर नहीं किया है, so let's make a pi variable and then put 3.14 in the value. That's it. Let's run it and see. Clear the terminal. Run. रेडियाई हम रखते हैं 4. ओके, एंड देन हमने प्रिंट ही नहीं कराया है अपने वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर को. लेट्स प्रिंट इट. वन ऑफ द मेजर मिस्टेक्स, वी फॉरगेट टू प्रिंट व्हाट वी एक्चुअली वांट एज आउटपुट. वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर, and here I go. Let's run it. Radii 4. Radii 4, and here I got the volume of my sphere, right? In the upcoming lectures I'll tell you, जैसे यहाँ पर after decimal there are a lot of numbers, so if you want to keep it till 3, keep it till 4, keep it till 2, 5, I'll tell you how to do it, but in the upcoming lectures. So what I want you to do is just practice this question once, write it in notebook, once code it by yourself, because it will definitely help you to make interest among yourselves and actually code it on your own, because coding is never a subject to be taught. It is a subject to develop and learn together. So just keep a feeling of that we are learning together and we are growing together in the subject, right? चलो, तो वी आर फाइनली डन विथ ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. हमने ग्रीटिंग वाला क्वेश्चन किया, हमने सिंपल कैलकुलेटर किया, इवन हमने कैलकुलेटर में सारे ऑपरेटर्स यूज़ किए. उसके बाद हमने एज को मंथ्स में कन्वर्ट करके देखा, हमने प्रोफाइल कार्ड किया, हमने टेम्परेचर नोट किया, हमने टाइप भी देखा, मल्टीपल तरीके से हमने बूलियन वाला फैक्टर देखा जिसमें मिस्टेक्स होती है. इसके अलावा भी हमने एरिया, पेरीमीटर, उसके बाद इम्प्लिसिट, एक्सप्लिसिट, डेटा टाइप कन्वर्जन, ये सारी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें भी देखी. सो लेट्स रैप द कॉन्सेप्ट्स अप एंड मीट इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. तो इस वीडियो में हमने बेसिकली सारा कुछ बिल्कुल स्क्रैच से पढ़ा है. ओके, एंड लेट मी गिव यू अ डिस्क्लेमर. अगर आपको कहीं भी थोड़ा सा भी डाउट है, डू टेल मी इन द कॉमेंट सेक्शन. आई एम हेयर टू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम. सेकेंडली, अगर आपको कोई सा भी पार्ट ज़रा सा भी नहीं समझ आए, यू कैन जस्ट रिपीट. ओके, जस्ट रीप्ले इट, वॉच इट अगेन, you will definitely understand it. And apart from that, if you want to discuss, my comment section is open for you guys to have a decent discussion about the topic, nothing else. Okay, so we are complete with our day 1, and let's talk about what we have actually learned, what Python is and its philosophy. Then we have seen installing of Python, एंड VS कोड में भी कैसे करना है वो देख लिया हमने. राइटिंग देख लिया प्रिंट के हेल्प से. सेप और एंड का फैक्टर देख लिया हमने. इनपुट कैसे लेना है और कन्वर्ट कैसे करना है टाइप्स को, उसके तो हमने कोडिंग क्वेश्चंस भी देखे, थ्योरी भी देखी. उसके बाद हमने की फीचर्स एंड रियल वर्ल्ड एप्लीकेशन भी देखे, जहाँ पे हम पाइथन को अपने काम के साथ इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं. हम क्यों पाइथन सीख रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमें उसे एक्चुअली काम में यूज़ करना है, और उस काम को भी हमने देखा कि हम कहाँ इसको यूज़ करेंगे जब हम इसे कंप्लीट कर लेंगे सक्सेसफुली. उसके बाद वी नेविगेटेड द VS कोड थोड़ा थोड़ा सा. VS कोड इज़ अ वेरी ह्यूज थिंग. धीरे धीरे करके हम उसे एक्सप्लोर करेंगे. मैं इसे 3 साल से यूज़ कर रही हूँ पर्सनली, बट स्टिल एक्सप्लोरिंग इट. So you guys have started the journey of exploring our one of the favorite compilers, VS Code. उसके बाद हमने कमेंट्स देखा. कमेंट्स में भी हमने दो टाइप्स देखे, सिंगल लाइन एंड मल्टी लाइन. उसके बाद हमने वेरिएबल्स देखा, वेरिएबल कैसे डिक्लेयर करते हैं, उसमें टाइप कन्वर्जन कैसे करते हैं. मल्टीपल चीज़ें हमने वेरिएबल्स में भी देखी. डेटा टाइप्स देखे, कितने टाइप के डेटा टाइप्स होते हैं. उसके बाद कहाँ पे किस चीज़ का यूज़ होता है. हमने थोड़ा सा लिस्ट, टपल, सेट्स और डिक्शनरी के बारे में भी जाना, जिसके बारे में हम आगे अपकमिंग लेक्चर्स में पढ़ेंगे. ऑल दिस वॉज अबाउट द बेसिक्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग अराउंड विच पाइथन रिवॉल्व्स, राइट. नाउ at the last I have talked about a lot of coding questions which will help you not in your examinations but to build the foundation of your Python skills. ठीक है, so we have solved 7 hands-on questions. I feel more than 7, around 10-12 questions we have done. In the upcoming session, we'll cover operators, conditionals, and control flow. And before that, I want you to complete all of the things I have told you today, and do write in the comment section if you have any doubts. Other than Python, also, if you have any doubts regarding BTech, CSE, or whatsoever related to engineering, or BC, or something related to CSE, do tell me in the comment section. I'm here to solve it. And yeah, this was all about the lecture. We'll definitely meet you in day 2. Don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned with me in this series. And I'll repeat that again: Python is not something to be taught, it's a journey in which we learn together and grow together. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for watching.